And I was also thinking maybe you're on your period or something. What's wrong with you? And
relationships, we are constant growth. It really is. Just because we are where we are today in our relationship doesn't mean that we stop doing the thing that got us to where we are today.
And that's, but like what I was saying before, and it kind of goes back to what I was saying before, these things happen in cycles. In like it happens every once in a while, right? We're going to get like, we're busy as shit right now with all the different things that we have going on.
Right.
With your podcast, with your sound healings that you're doing, you're doing more events, you're trying to get more clients, you're working on your retreat, you're doing conference calls, you're doing all this shit. I'm buying tickets for all these concerts, like all kinds of shit has changed recently. Like this weekend, I was supposed to be recording podcast. Instead, that fell out. Well, guess what? Other shit that has to be done got thrown in the mix. Chopping down the tree, cleaning the carpets, all these things. But when you go back and you think about the bigger picture of the whole thing, we're busy. It's a cycle. We'll be back. It's fine.
Even though we have all these things going on, listen, we have. Never get too busy to not be able to.
I understand, but it's fine to feel like, okay, it's been a while. Like, and we have been busy. Like, just like you said last night, when we noticed, like, you're like, it's been a while since we've actually like sat and talked like this. I mean, it was like usually we do it on this podcast, but it happens throughout the week. It hasn't been happening very much throughout the week because we're busy doing shit. And then we just lay down and we don't even really watch a lot of stuff because we're falling asleep as soon as we're putting stuff on. But you know that it's just a busy period. That's all it is. Instead of, is he losing interest? No.
No, I get that.
He's got trees to chop.
Yeah. No, I get that. That I get. It wouldn't have even, so that's, and I know, we both know where that's coming from, right? We both know where that what was happening was triggering.
Yeah. And I was also thinking maybe you're on your period or something. Or you're about to start because that's like,
yeah,
could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I don't know if it's a good thing to say that out loud. I thought about it in the last couple days.
Joey does that to Audrey.
Really?
Yeah. Are you on your period?
But I don't know if that's like the smartest thing. Like sometimes I'm like, maybe I shouldn't.
But if you notice
it's like, what's wrong with you?
But hold on. But if you notice that, why not just
say it?
Give me a hug or slap me on the ass or give me a kiss. It's that simple. I'm pretty simple. I'm not a very high maintenance kind of woman, right? I'm happy, with a slap on the ass or coming and giving me like a hug.
Yeah.
I'm simple. And I think too, like, it's just how you communicate, right? Because I've been trying, and I think that the way what I've been doing has been a bit of an annoyance to you, because I know I said something about your phone. And one time we were sitting down and I'm like, I took your phone and I'm like, okay, no more. Or I did something instead of coming from love. That was more of and I know you, so that's not something that really works for you. So I could have, I don't know, said it differently. But it's like, I think I brought it up like twice. But then you gave me the evil eye. And then I'm like, all right, well whatever, let him be. I'm just like, that's what
I understand. Like you were telling me that I was on my phone a lot. And you were like, okay, tomorrow maybe we can hang out without any phones. And you know what I'm thinking? We just spent $1,000 on concert tickets. I had a great idea of the Monkeys Ate Mushrooms thing, and that's a perfect place to do that. And I want to be ready, which means I have to work on the logo, which then you start looking into that means I need to learn a new program, which means I also have to digitize an image that my brother made for me. I have to design my business cards because I need them for that. I need to get them in and ordered so that they're here in time. I have my fighting podcast that we're halfway through the month and I got to get another episode in before all this other shit happens. If I'm going to record a podcast for the fighting podcast, that's extra work, which means I already have work for this podcast to do. That means I have to get this done ahead of time or in my spare time so that I have more spare time to do all these other things that I need to get done.
Mm-hmm.
So when you tell me that you've been on your phone more than usual, in my mind, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. It's not always going to be that way, but that is the season that I'm in right now.
So none of this was communicated. None of this was communicated.
But you know that all these things are happening.
But none of this was communicated.
And that's what it's been for days and the last
But
weeks.
do you see? But none of this was communicated.
Right.
And, I understand you have all that. And I also see you watching a lot of videos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's funny because if you come in and you see me watching videos, like I might have, a lot of times I might have like a fighting video on or like an MMA recap time. And I'm working at the, like I'm doing that. I don't know
how you do that.
I'm doing that in between times. Like the times that I don't have to like think and I'm waiting for a video to process or I'm waiting for the AI to listen to the episode transcript or whatever. On the side, I'm like watching a video for a couple minutes and then in between I pause it and I get back to work. And then when I'm back to a minute of spare time, I'll go back to watching the video.
And that's okay. I'm talking about when I'm cooking in the kitchen.
Yeah.
When you're supposed to be with me, present in the moment.
Okay.
Those little bit of times. I don't care if it's 10 minutes.
No, and you said we do need I need to be more aware of it. And we do have to make more time together when we have a lot of shit going on. Just a little bit of
time.
Yeah.
I don't.
Like focus time just between the two of us. And with the kids too, because we can't be too busy for them either.
But this is the shit that's going to forever happen. It really is.
And that's the way I look at it. Like I said, in my mind, it's like this UFC fighter, Sean Strickland. It's like to the death.
Yeah.
To the death.
Yes. And it's hilarious.
So nothing fucking matters. Like nothing matters. If it's to the death, who gives a fuck?
Those moments count.
They do.
Wow.
It's not that it's not that who gives a fuck. It's just that what is important. Like the ultimate outcome.
Yeah.
Like what, so at the end of the day, I see this as like a busy season. Mm-hmm. But it is true that we have to keep these things in mind.
Yep. Even in, like with Audrey.
There has to be a balance.